Oh, there's a cat in there. Come on, sweetie. This is day 3 of my RV life. And the slides, I actually, when I left, all of this was up to here and all this stuff. Here's the shower. So thus the name of the channel, The Poo. We'll spare you my smiling face till tomorrow. I'm stressed out because of that. And I actually did a ton of cleaning and organizing yesterday, and it just feels like nothing occurred. Look at this. Just all knick-knacky stuff of 56 years of life thrown into an RV. That sign's probably got that in the 80s. It worked. Turned it on last night. Yeah. Look at this. But yeah, we'll see about continuing a little vlog or blog about all this. I got 5 cats in here. That's Donald, named after our finest president. That there, I think, is his brother, Ziggy, who was originally Lala, because they were born August 20. She was born August 30th, and he was born August 29th. And he, too. But I thought he was a she. And it turns out he was a he. So, because she was Kamala, and I called her Lala, and then she became Ziggy. He. And there's Angie. That might be Ziggy. I really don't know how to distinguish the 2 black cats. But they're all great cats. And then I got my big boy Billy. He's the oldest. And Lala, and not Lala, Lola. She's under the bed. She goes in the back there and sits. She's a long hair calico. She's beautiful. She got eyebrows like Andy Rooney from 60 Minutes. Remember, it looks like that because it's like orange just at her both eyebrows. It's pretty wild. She's a bit skittish though. She's been growling at everybody for 2 days. And Billy is the oldest. Billy White Shoes. He's got the white legs and feet. He's an orange tabby as well, and he's been growling a lot. These two young kids are just the best. And they're all the same mother, so they're just the least feral. You know, like they'll stay with me all night and sleep. The other cats come by for a petting and then they move on. You know, but yeah, I'm pretty stressed right now because, like I said, I did a lot yesterday because this work looked worse, and but it don't look great. And I mean, like shit there, that's like that can stay there. That comes in and it's a mess, but it's self-contained. But this stuff here is stressing me out because this has to come back this way if I'm gonna move. And I'm just stressed, and I've taken 2 trips in this. I live in Florida. Used to live in Plant City, no longer, and I hope I never have to go back there. Not that anything against Plant City, but nothing great about it either. I saw Willie at the Strawberry Festival twice, and the Beach Boy, the Mike Love Beach Boys. But so I left Friday at 2:17 p.m. kind of heading to the Sebring area in Florida. And I get over there on Route 27, and it's like 6:30. This is just before the daylight savings. The sun's going down, and I don't have anything picked out, so I'm making calls. It's all like $90 a night over there. And I ended up coming back to Zolfo Springs, which is about the same latitude as Bradenton, Florida, but inland on 17. And $50 a night, and you buy 7, you get, or pay for 5, you get 2 free. So pretty good deal. And they're pretty relaxed here, and it was pretty good. It's a good situation. But it's not really where I want to be. I wanted to go further south and towards the East Coast, towards the Lauderdale, Miami area, you know? So, but we're in here for a week to try and clean this mess up. And my propane doesn't work to keep the fridge going. So that's a stress point. The freezer's full, and I had, you know, I've got like a couple coolers with like vegetables, you know, the frozen vegetables in them, which I don't know if they'll be salvageable, but whatever. And you get a lot of figuring out to do, you know, and I'm a CD guy, and I stand by that, and I think it's paying off because you guys may be satisfied with what you get musically on Spotify or any other monthly subscription you're subscribing to, but I've got better tunes and I don't have to pay again monthly. So eventually they won't allow you to play CDs probably, but hey. So yeah, I'm not really sure about you know, today's kind of the day one, but I figured I'd start documenting it and to show if I can do it, you know, and what it's going to take and what I pick up and learn, and the highs and lows. Hopefully there's more highs and I can stay high, and I'm not high right now. But you know, 2005 Allegro RV, 50,000 miles. I got it with 42,000. I went to Red Rocks and saw a string cheese incident. That was an adventure. And I also went up to Massachusetts for a nephew's wedding. So those are the two trips I took. Those are the 8,000 miles I put on it. And I went to southern Georgia when the hurricane came through last year, because I had a couple big oak trees at my house. And I'm like, well, if one of those comes down, I don't need to take out my house and my RV. But I got a hole in the muffler. That happened on that Georgia trip. When I was backing into the spot, it was sandy, and I hit the gas and let's see, when I went to Red Rocks, that was the first trip. I go up 75 and turn left onto I-10 and go about 50 miles, and one of the tires broke, busted, blew. And I ended up having to get all 6 tires replaced because, you know, logically, they were in good shape, but they were old. And that could have happened again. But anyway, one of the brake line got blasted out when that tire went. And the guys who fixed the tire didn't let me know. And I just inexperienced enough to... So I drive all the way to Tucumcari, New Mexico, to the first dispensary that I could get to for weed. Yes, for weed. And it closed at 9 o'clock. I got there at like 8:45. And I go in, buy a bunch of weed, and get back in, and the light comes on, brake failure. And I had to get to up to Morrison there, the Red Rocks. And so I went over this mountain pass from Tucumcari to pick up, what is it, 15 maybe? But anyway, and I did that with basically no brakes. And I'm like, you know what? If I get these fixed here, I could miss the concerts. And I'm like, let me get up there and deal with it. And I did. It was really expensive. So that's how that started. And it was a learner. You know, when you buy an RV, you get a good deal and you see good tires. And I even went and had them checked, you know, visually by a tire place. And they're like, they look good. And that's what you want to hear. You go with it. And so I learned that lesson. But other than that, fairly functional. But to be continued. And hopefully it's all good.